Alright, so I'm just gonna go over this trade. Didn't take it, but it looks great. It looks like a great trade to get into, but I didn't really follow or get in exactly where I wanted to because my opportunity didn't present itself. So it did follow what I wanted to do, it's just I didn't have a pullback entry for it. And that's the thing, it's gotta sit in your hands sometimes if you don't have your setup. Everything could be ready for you, but if one or two things just don't align out of the various other things in my playbook, then I just won't get into the trade. And I've been learning to hold better on my hands, or sit in my hands rather, especially when the move goes in my favor like this, extremely goes in my favor. I'm sitting on my hands and I don't get in because my plan is the break and retest, right? I want to have a retest of levels instead of just getting in off a breakout. There's a difference between a breakout and a break and retest. A break and retest has much more conviction, it has much more probability compared to a breakout because a breakout or a breakdown could be false, or the move could consolidate, or it could be a liquidity sweep. But with the retest, it adds a level of extra, sort of extra leverage, you know what I'm saying? So here's what I was thinking, and I wanted to pull back with the VIX, I mean not the VIX, with the VWAP elevating right here, and I wanted to pull back into that and back into the zone because the VIX here was the 17.5 level, it rejected it twice, right? So if you rejected it twice like this, then I want to see a little pullback so that we can get the legs higher um, after the rejection. So you see here Tuesday, the VIX rejections made it pretty evident for me to get into a long position, but I just couldn't really find a good entry. So if we go into the 5 minute actually and see how the VIX rejected, because that's everything, to be honest. How the VIX rejects will ultimately determine what direction that the market will go. So it rejected over here at 145 and over here at 6 o'clock. So let's mark that down on the left side. So 145 and 6 o'clock. You see right here, let me just put arrows now instead. This made it so much more evident for me to get into a long position. Like we had on the ES and the VIX, you see how it double topped over here, but the ES made a lower low? That indicates a subtle divergence, meaning that price action will start going higher. If it rejected at the same level, so let's say it rejected here and it rejected here, that's good. But since it more or less made a not double bottom, a double top over here and then a lower a lower low over here, that shows that okay, there are buyers in the market. This sell-off over here is short-lived. Buy the dips. And that was my plan, buy the dips. But I got into a trade with Carmine where we shorted right here. Short at VWAP. Wasn't really such of a good position. But ultimately, this is just rallying higher. And I missed it on the move. And that's fine. But understand how it coincides with the VIX and we should be good.